Salut, c'est Len. Aujourd'hui, on est de retour pour la première fois sur Final Fantasy XIV. L'extension vient de sortir. On va donc enfin pouvoir continuer l'histoire. Fait que, nouvelle grosse patch qui sort, ce qui veut dire qu'il devrait normalement avoir des longues cutscenes avec beaucoup de parlage. Then, how lovely to see you. If you're not too much in a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Take a seat, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Ouais, je vais prendre... Avec la différence de grandeur, je vais prendre 5 portions de la fête, s'il te plaît. Hot dang. Seulement on peut manger ça pour garder des 6 packs.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it.
T'es censé donner une couturière.
What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Adventure. Faire la main story quest, débloquer le raid 24 joueurs, puis aller me faire casser la gueule parce que je le connais pas.
Wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you.
Ooh.
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
Oh. You.
For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
Tellement parlant, il reste une créature assez forte de sa planète pour me faire suivre. T'as raison. C'est une grande idée, mais où commencer? 3 petits points. T'as raison.
Oh, that's the spirit. I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly.
Ouais, non, excuse, ça me donne des gaz, les muffins.
Now, all you need is a destination.
Une nouvelle place, c'est la map qu'on n'a jamais vue.
If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavner, that's where you should go next.
On était là il y a pas longtemps.
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzatan the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Ritra would be pleased to see you.
I guess que oui.
Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the bounty?
Ah là, c'est pas juste, là. Il joue avec nos feelings.
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
On a une photo où on a l'air bien normal sur l'image de l'expansion, là, I guess que ça va être ça. Du neige normal! Woo!
Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
I can be quick. You're the best. Make sure it has pockets. Soyons gentils. Tu es en train de me traiter de tout nu, là?
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Avec la petite toune très calme.
I'm one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Dis qu'à part ses premières expansions du jeu, à ne pas savoir quoi faire.
I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
True.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Mon dieu, pauvre Warrior of Light. Oh. Pandemonium? Non. Well, that's new. Oh, j'ai le feeling que je devrais savoir c'est quoi cette bestiole-là. Ah, oh. C'est-tu un holo comme les petits fantômes qu'on avait vus dans Ultima Tour? Peut-tu être que savoir débarrasser de la fille oiseau a fait en sorte que certains peuples morts vont revenir? Newfound adventure. Vous le voyez pas, mais je le vois. And thus I am returned. Me-tu habillé dans mon sommeil?
Ah, you're awake.
Madame? Ah non, ok. Presque pas indécent.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
Oh well, sewing happens.
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream?
Not
Or
sure.
are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
Enfoncer ma gomme blade d'en face d'un méchant, ce serait le fun.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall.
Oh, quand c'est rendu une tradition qu'à chaque fois qu'on commence de quoi de nouveau dans le jeu, on reçoit du nouveau linge.
Touches on your outfit, shall we?
En pleine conversation de guilde avant de commencer ça, c'est clair que je vais avoir genre 10 000 messages. Bon. Ah, même pas en tout. Nice. So, let's figure out what's new. Sure to all the final raid. Le raid. Tadam, tadam, tam, tam. Et où c'est ça? C'est en haut là-bas. Ça va être juste là ou en haut. Non, avec là, ok. Good. What's up? Observe how the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment, you'll see. Prove it. A little more room in the shoulders. Open up for the cup. A final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. And what do you think? Doesn't it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? Ça fait très plain, très normal. Pas que ce soit une mauvaise chose. Ça ressemble beaucoup au linge de Gratia. En couleur et blanc, par contre. So glad you approve. You've outdone yourself, Tataru, thank you. So, what do I owe you? You have done yourself. J'ai jamais rien payé dans le jeu, on est trop cool. Ah, stop, you'll make me blush. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Sure. Je vais faire une glamour plate. At least anywhere lots of adventurer might gather. Hey, hey, hey. Pour son shop. They'll look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, wherever did he purchase this stylish yet practical garment? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Tetarutaru's boutique. Mwahaha, I can hear it now, the merry clink clink of gill overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. Oh, schnaps! Vraiment set complet. Ok, on va faire une glamour plate. I understand. I need a glamour plate. Burgeoning merchant empire aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without making at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might come relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better parts of your past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. The past decade, font-tu référence à l'âge du jeu? Collection expanded, unending codex. Ah, c'est cool. Tatarutaru, scion of the 7th down. Oh, c'est cool ça. Ça, c'est très cool. Je vous le lirai pas par contre. The Scion of the Seven Down. Une société secrète qui est plus tant secrète que ça, donc on essaye de revenir secret. Bountiful Ruins. As the former receptionist and something intelligence gatherer of the science, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Ah. Appuyer sur 0 fonctionne pas? Tant pis. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best place to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Tavernier, I suggest you explore your option at Merides Mayhem, the finest drinking establishment of Ratzatan. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale-teller, but also share with you the tricks of loosening their tongues. Now, I must really be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey then, and may fair fortune find you. Oh yeah. Hey, on est redevenu plus un héros, mais un aventurier normal. Woohoo! Ok, step number 1. On va aller à Ratzatan. On va faire exactement ce qu'elle nous a dit de faire. Ratzatan. Ok, on va aller s'habiller. J'ai complètement oublié leur nom. La ville de l'expansion. Bref. Ah, home sweet home, where my adventure began. Sweet Linza Aluminza. Quand je n'étais qu'un jeune maraudeur qui fendait des roches à coups de hache. C'est vraiment ça l'intro des maraudeurs. Ah, on va t'apprendre à faire ça plus fort. On va péter 4 rochers avec ta hache. Ouh. Non, je vais momentanément ne plus être tout nu. Doesn't look half bad. C'est important de tenir nos engagements avec les petites patates. Ils sont capables de localiser n'importe qui, n'importe où. Il y a du gazon en bord, ok. Malil. Welcome to Merides Mayenne. Oh, hello, I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Non, j'essaie d'être subtil, hein? Hey, t'as les yeux rouges. T'es-tu un dragon in disguise? Ruins beneath the bounty. Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you a lot about it. Ah, there he is, Professor Jaleen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness of the Mayan's unique beverages. Monsieur, offer him a drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits beside. Whatever you buy for him, it's on the house, by the way. If Merit found out I took corn from Tavener's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Ah, tout est gratuit pour nous, notre jeu. Je suis pas seul, hein? Yes. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registration. Begin speaking with Jolene. Let's do it, Jal. Ah, what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? I want to ask you about the sunken vault of the bounty. Oh, just a friendly chat. How about the drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink offered. Freely offered. Here we are, one of Meride's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jalen empties the cup in a single pull. Oh snap. Was very kind of you, sir. But I know when I'm being softened up. What is that you want from me? Oh ho, chasing down that old tail, are you? Or it does seem to appeal to the adventurers at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Al-Zadal? He was Khan of the Ori tribe which sailed the Tavener from the mainland, and the key figure to the history of Ratsatan. The decision to aid Arkasodara is what ultimately won them the war against the Kajasura, thus allowing our predecessor to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Al-Zadal III, who was known for his deed as satrap in Ratsatan earlier day. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches. Other that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Al-Zadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the century since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Ratsatan, folk would remember the tale of the hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim the fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Ha! Ils sont pas level 96. Would you like to hear more? Apologies. I have a slight tickle in... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Malil, another round for the professor. Ah, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Another for the professor. Ho ho ho! Today was splendid that you visit the Mayan. Jalan gulps down his newest drink with gusto. Where were we? Yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lore grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Hazama was saying. Hazama is a fellow connoisseur of the spirituous portable. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintance went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail. I hear, but he did have a... No, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I am no stranger to peril. I think I've heard enough. Pas parlement. Is that so? Perhaps your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Oh, shit ton, my dude. The very edge of existence. From anyone else, I'd struggle to believe it, but I recognize New Year. You're the heroes of the fun old days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerve. Malil, more of the same, if you please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. You will pass out. Jeline drains yet another cup dry. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose wouldn't hurt you a little more. This reign of Azamaz, he was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way to the entrench of the vault. Seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? Bah, I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Malil, more drinks. Say nothing. Signal for waiter instead. No, say nothing. Be right with you. You drink, sir. Ah, marvelous. I am parched. With the load on. Johnny throws back yet another cup. What are we talking about, Ajama? You wanna know the Ajama is? Around this time, he's often at the usual place. You have learned some useful information regarding the undersea vault. If Jalil were more coherent, however, he may have more detail to share. Damn. Peut-être fallait pas que je le fasse boire trop. Les petites patates. Ah mon dieu, le nombre de monde sont en train de se claquer ce cake-là. Vous me faites regretter d'avoir mis des pantalons en dessous. Damn it. Speak with... Ah, there you are. Seems like I did, actually. Azama. Yes, I am Azama, and who might you be? Very petit cochon. All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship in search of Al-Zadal's legacy. I've been watching for his cells ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault, and that look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common gold or jewel he lusted after. He was hunting Al-Zadal III's otherworldly hoard for his ambition, and his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced the merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seemed this merchant, one Zachal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for exorbitant price. With that meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. To truly intend on seeking Al-Zadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Oh. That's kinda sad. Bon, qui est-ce qui m'écoute et qui va se mêler des affaires? Nani.
Please, Sachal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Hagged wife. Waif. Mon zéro il marche plus! Why?
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat-Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
De toute façon, pourquoi tu donnerais ça à un jeune? Tout le monde qui va là crève. Faut juste se faire tuer.
Legacy.
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession.
Je pourrais juste demander au dragon.
A priceless artifact is discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
That's
This
son of a
map
bitch.
is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never returned with that treasure alive.
That's actually a good point.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
C'est tout un... C'est toute une mise en scène. Hey, Estinien! Oh non! Oh non! Estinien ne sait pas dépenser son argent. Il n'y a aucune valeur d'argent. Non!
What have you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
Il va être là pour Vritra.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Il va tellement se faire avoir.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Tu viens de te faire avoir comme un couillon, man, je suis sûr.
Well met, my friend. Someone is dressed for adventure.
Yup. Tu portes tes culottes d'armure, toi?
Why Favner of
Ah non,
all
peut-être pas.
places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
Indeed.
Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired...
Oups, pardon. Ah, je suis pas mécontent d'y aller avec lui. Il est le fun, ce hein?
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I fleece one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Ok, fait que lui il était sérieux pis l'autre il était menteur? Peux-tu me faire croire ça? Son speech il était tellement théâtral en plus.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
Il dit rien cette zone-là. J'aurais hâte de partir.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Oh.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
You going soft?
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
Ok. Il est pas aussi niais que je le pensais. Sorry.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
I guess. Fait que le marchand il pense qu'il t'a eu, mais c'est toi qui as eu le marchand d'une certaine façon. Fair enough.
You are coming along, yes?
Of course. C'est un de mes persos préférés, je peux pas te laisser y aller seul. Naturally. Shall we split the expenses? Oh yeah.
I thought as much.
Of course. Un dragoon puis un gunbreaker. Quoi de mieux?
Now,
Combo le plus cool.
let's see about securing a vessel.
Faut pas juste y aller à d'autres dragons. Vritra, Yamat, Yazmat, Yamat. C'est le nom de la fille dragon. La blonde de Bahamut. Mais ils s'en vont se faire tuer. Inquiète-toi pas. On a arrêté à la fin du monde. Là, on nous dit ça en plus qu'on est l'aventurier à la fin du monde. Il devrait savoir que c'est pas de danger pour nous là. Bon, on va voir un peu ce qu'il dit. Trop intéressant. You will recall I spoke of visiting Thavnir at Vritra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast and made his proposal once I was too full to manage the delights to refuse. He wished me to train the Radiant host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or taller with a ship fit for the open sea. Mattia is a fisherman by trade. Yes, we should head to Akialai to see if he can help us. Yeah, sure. Bam, ba-dum. Bam, 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 boom. Bam, bam, ba-dum. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, ba-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Bum, bum. Ba-dum. Bon, allons-y. On va sortir les cris. Ça fait longtemps. Oh! Il y a un dragoon maintenant. Nice. I'm hoping to hire a ship, of course, rather than buy one. My funds would not stretch quite that far. My friend, what brings you to our humble village? So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Considering it was your deed which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad to for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here, I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Thank you, Défensama. D'où je me suis téléporté, t'es bon de m'avoir suivi? I guess que lore-wise, je me suis pas téléporté. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out the way we walked so that you'd not cross path with some wild beasts? I'm sorry, sir, but you aren't you the heroes who saved Hafner? You are, I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. I work with Zachal, you see, the map merchant. My job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. Ouais, si c'est toujours toi, la crowd va bien s'en rendre compte. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and I beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have, well, we'd be. Enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase as it turned out. To my friend here was seeking these very ruins. What's up? You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you, but there is more you need to know. Dude, I'm a dragoon. Va le tuer ton serpent de mer. The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zachal selling the information to another customer. He told that man that he needed to search about the ruin, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone at that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruin hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. True. On a battu Nida together. Please, non, c'est pas vrai, on était pas deux. Please, I cannot bear the thought of ma gunblade d'en face d'un dragon. We could invite our comrades. We might need a hand moving the treasure. Now you've gone and made him cry. J'espère que c'est vraiment un troll par contre qui dit ça. Oh, on l'a fait pleurer. I did not. That was not my intention. Oh, very well. Assuming we do find a treasure hoard, I might prove wise to have one. To have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas whom to approach? The side have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Tancred and Urianger. Un tank puis un healer. Non merci, je tank. Alfino et Alizé. Un healer and DPS. Ça c'est cool. Gra and Krail. Ou Ishtola. Gra il peut se battre. Krail elle peut pas vraiment. Wafu. Wafu je l'aime bien. Wafu. On va être que des DPS. Non, c'est pas vrai. Ishtola. Magic would be a welcome addition, but I am loath to interrupt her research. We could ask a less prickly companion. Ah, il va tout dire non jusqu'à Alfino et Alizé, je suis certain. On va essayer. Grati and Krail. Krail may have her hands full rebuilding the student, but if you reach out to Gra, it would surely lead to the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Oh. Je sais qu'Estien il aurait préféré Alfino. Shite. If that man's as strong as you, is he though? Strong, I mean? Yes. Yes, he is. What is your name, boy?
Boy.
Merad, sir. Well, Merad, your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everybody's too busy rebuilding their own life to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me you walk back to the city gate. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinien.
Call me Deep Throat. Gross.
Bon, qu'est-ce que t'as à dire maintenant? Friends for the road. Dun, 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 dun. Shall leave you to recruit Gra. You will appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, it was based at the annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Je me demande si j'aurais pu caler les autres et aller chercher les autres. Moi, je pensais qu'il aurait éliminé tout le monde jusqu'à Alfino, mais pendant que non. Let us be off, Merad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Oh, mais dangereux de se promener dans ce pays-là. Pam, 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 pam. Charles, I am. Time to return. Dun 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 dun. Oui, neige. Bonjour. Graview. The Annex of Ballers. J'aime cette ville-là. C'est boréal. Oh, look, who's welcome back then? What might the students do for you?
Give me a book.
Yes, he's in the mail hall with Mistress Quirrell. They've been holed up there for days. By all means, go in and give him an excuse to take a break. Oh, la Crystal Tower. Ah non, notre suit est pas tout à fait comme Gra.
Urgica, my good man.
Think again.
Would you be so kind as to...
Boo.
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
Il nous aime tellement.
Littéralement.
What are you two working on? How's the restoration of the student coming along? Je sais, ils font ça, ils nous l'avaient dit.
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Vow.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come.
Whoops. Je m'en viens en voler un vidéo.
But what brings you to the annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
Who knows? I need you in my army.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition.
Sure am.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Oh. Je suis un peu pressé, là. Lui, il est juste parti porter le kid à la ville. Of course.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
Sure.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Petit garçon.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Nope.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We
Ah,
spoke
elle veut
briefly
retourner
before
voir
she
son
began
autre
her
regard de
search
l'autre
of
côté.
Numenon.
Mais c'est ma wafou.
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
Bon, pas que je me plains.
Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Genre, mon fanboy, ma wafou.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if
Oh.
you've room to spare. Urianger.
Ah, ok, so, peu importe qui ce qu'on choisit, ils vont nous envoyer collecter les autres. Ok.
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loperites are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here.
Ah, c'est vrai, les Loprites.
So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
Un healer, un DPS, un multitasker.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Et une autre DPS. Non, c'est le potentiel de combler tous les rôles.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Bon, là-dessus, fait quand même un petit bout que j'enregistre, puis du FF c'est quand même très long. Donc je pense que je vais arrêter ça là. Je sais aucune idée fait combien de temps, mais ça va, ça va faire à peu près 1 heure. Alright. Peace!